Hello again and welcome to ClubhouseConnection.com. I am your host JD Rentz. I am going to use this segment to talk specifically in Major League Baseball on the Cincinnati Reds, a team very close, near, and dear to my heart. As it stands today, the roster is all but set, of course barring any additions or subtractions that may still come. Certainly as spring training comes about in the next few weeks. And we probably won't know the final roster until we break to go to the regular season come April. But as it stands today, and like I said, it's February 9th, it's a Monday, spring training comes very soon, within the next, I believe, 2 weeks. And I think that the actual games start by the 25th of February, if memory serves. But we have a Cincinnati Reds team that arguably is going to be young. I guess that's not really arguable. They are young. Arguably are going to be talented. The pitching for this squad is probably as good as any pitching that this team has seen in quite some time, and probably the best that they've had in a long time. A pitching staff made up of Rookie of the Year candidate Edinson Volquez, another rookie who really was pretty good, but not as good as he could have been just because he was thrown in a very young age, of Johnny Cueto. Then you have the stalwarts of the staff. You have Aaron Harang, who a few seasons ago was a Cy Young candidate and just really had a difficult 2008. But I look to see a rebound from him, particularly with this pitching staff, and they can balance the number of innings so he doesn't have to be the workhorse he's been in previous years. And Bronson Arroyo, who, arguably is up and down, but he is consistent. He will deliver somewhere in the neighborhood of 15 wins and a lot of innings. He's an innings eater who you can rely on with the kind of motion he has to not put a lot of strain on his arm, who will go out there and just deliver game after game. Whether it's a win or loss, he'll be there. So you have that core of four, certainly between Volquez, Harang, Arroyo, and Cueto. And then you have a fifth spot in the rotation that, relatively speaking, is kind of a luxury at this point. You might be able to bring a guy like Homer Bailey, who has been talked about for a number of years, particularly 2 seasons ago when he kind of made his debut, who just hasn't had that success that we all had hoped he would have. And while as a prospect it's certainly hard to deliver against very high expectations, there's no doubt that we want to all see him succeed somehow. And if that means it's a change of venue, if that means that he has to go somewhere else, then maybe that's the case. But at this point, he's got to at least be given a shot. You also have guys like Micah Owens, who probably is written off, if you really think about it, was written off by most of the media after his stint in Arizona because he could hit, but he couldn't pitch. Well, I'll take that back. He could pitch, but he lost control. And he's a perfect change of venue candidate. I really think Owens could secure that 5th spot and surprise a lot of folks. Or is he the next Rick Ankiel? St. Louis converted a player just like Ankiel, who Walt Jocketty has to know worked. And when you see a talent like Owens, who Jocketty himself pulled off this deal for Dunn, maybe he's not the second coming of Babe Ruth, but the man can hit. So if Owens can't fit that pitching need, a spot pitcher, really a flex player that a lot of teams would probably consider invaluable, if he can't pitch like he did, maybe we'll have a Rick Ankiel on the Cincinnati Reds who's going to become another position player, a bat off the bench. Can he fill an outfield spot? I don't know. I don't know his other talents defensively, but he can't be any worse than some of the other things that we've had. I know I'm running long on this segment. I'm going to try to stop by the 5-minute mark. So quickly, the rest of the lineup is pretty much set. We know Joey Votto is at first base. We know Brandon Phillips is at second base. There's still a question mark at shortstop. Arguably, it's Alex Gonzalez's position, but Jerry Hairston is more than adequate to fill that. Can't spit his name out. Edwin Encarnacion certainly has a third base position locked up. The outfield, as it stands today, probably looks like Chris Dickerson out at left, whether anybody wants to admit that or not. Center field is certainly Willie Taveras now, and right field is Jay Bruce. It's a pretty solid lineup. Oh, I'm sorry, catcher. Our catcher is Ramon Hernandez, who of course we acquired for Ryan Friel. But that, as I see it, is the starting 9. The starting 8 plus our pitching spot. So look forward to opening day. I better cut this short because I don't want this to be a gigantic file for all of you to have to download and watch. But I will have more to come on the Reds. Hopefully as the season progresses, I'll continue to record segments so that all of you can kind of get my opinions and my take on how things are going. Feel free to read the blog, the Cincinnati Reds Ramblings of a Reds Fan blog, which is connected from the website. So until next time, take care everyone, and have a good day.